We're going to record the cloud. As I was saying, happy and blessed Tuesday, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Myra Ferreira. I'm one of your executive sales director based in Tampa, Florida, just a part of the team and privileged with being able to go ahead and give back in connecting with each one of you. We do these training calls every single Tuesday night as part of our Team Relentless platform to go ahead and receive some of the best information from those killing the game and winning it.
Hey, Myra,
I'm
not sure if you know, but we can't see you.
Yes, I am aware.
Oh.
Yes. Thank you, though. I apologize. But for anyone that might be tuning in, we do this each and every single Tuesday, but it's a way for you to stay close to the fire. So please understand, class will be in session tonight. It's a way for you to learn from those who have achieved great deal of success in this opportunity, but they want us to come along with them. So what we like to do each every week, just out of custom, just to be in the spirit of celebration, we recognize of our agents within the Team Relentless umbrella, led by our Senior Vice President, Mr. Xavier Marrero. We're going to go ahead and shout out the top client enrollments, those agents that have led by the top 10 spots, again, team-wide, to go ahead and introduce the highest number of clients to a solution for the problem they're facing. So the number one spot held by Vice President Dr. Arnold Bogarty. Next, Stephanie Lopez. Vice President Bruno Floridor. Regional Vice President Raysa Otero. VP Sandra Valles. Tamiskia Moore. Nicole Oglesby. Crystal Marrero. Tina Yvonne Foster. And Erica Gonzalez. So again, give them a celebration in the chat. I know you're muted, but definitely recognize them, salute them, and a huge, huge congratulations to all of you for offering a solution to so many people impacted by a problem that we can actually give them hope to salvage themselves out of. So moving along, we're gonna actually highlight now the top 10 agents with the highest enrollment of agents. These are individuals who are growing our family. These are those who maybe you're here tonight because of their invitation, but what they're doing is helping those who want to go ahead and design their success, as well as creating a freedom and that lifestyle they want for themselves and their loved ones. So our number one spot held by Executive Vice President, Mr. David Marquez, Vice President Bruno Floridor, Vice President Sandra Valles, Mayra Camarillo, Kelvin Nayan, ESD Crystal Berner, RVP Raysa Otero, Menefta Fernandez, if I'm saying that correctly, and Dr. Arnold Bogarty, another vice president, and Saley Alvarez. So again, congratulations to you. I know that in the chat, we can go ahead and celebrate that for them, understanding that at one point, it's going to be our turn as well to win big and make an impact. So for the sake of time, I do want to be quick and efficient about moving out of the way. Tonight, you have a phenomenal trainer who's going to pour into all of us. She's definitely someone who gives and leads with her heart, but also time and time again is repeatedly celebrated, not only in our top charts, but also the top charts within our entire corporate office nationwide in this company and in this opportunity. Now, she has a great success story with the client results. She was able to win big at this, but was also extremely moved to put this in the hands of so many other individuals. So she's had a great deal of accomplishments on this. She's a six-figure income earner. She's in the R&R club as well, not only in real life, but also with the company. And today she's a regional vice president. So if you're not aware of what that means, a regional vice president is someone that's created a business generating a minimum of $250,000 in business sales every 30 days, right? Not every year or beyond, every 30 days. And she's had a phenomenal track record with this opportunity. So please give all of your undivided attention to none other than Regional Vice President, Boss Lady, Miss Raysa Otero. Can you hear me, Boss Lady?
I sure can. What's going on, Relentless? I feel like I haven't been here in a while, just recovering from COVID. So bear with me, guys. But again, I just want to give it back to Myra. So always so consistent, always bringing a ton of value to the team. I definitely see you pop up on a lot more things, just loving the growth and Honestly, no one can edify as good as Myra, right? We need to. But definitely want to give it back to my mentor, Xavier Marrero. Always, we were just having a conversation on the Q&A, and it took me back to that moment when I was having a conversation with, I had that conversation with him 4 years ago, 3.5 years ago, at one of my most broken moments. And it really took me back to, you know, that seed that was planted with Xavier having a conversation with me, and just where we were both at that point in time. To see where we are today is definitely, I don't take it for granted. I really appreciate even being on this platform and being able to add value to every single one of you guys, however I can. So for those that don't know me, those brand new agents that just got started with Relentless, my name is Raysa, Otero, Regional Vice President. 3.5 years ago, I got introduced to this through a post on social media. Really just wanted to get my credit fixed, right? Wasn't looking, I needed the income, but I never knew that I can build something like this, right? I had those limited beliefs. I didn't have the personal development. I didn't have any sales skills. I didn't know anything about this industry. But as I came in, one thing that I did consistently was I was on every training. So if you're brand new and you're on this call right now, I just want to give you 100% props, because honestly, this is what people don't do. And this is where they don't see the success that they want. So if you're new and you're on today's call, I definitely want to give you, you know, pat yourself on the back. And this is the key to success. This is the blueprint. So everybody talks about the blueprint. The leaders will give you the blueprint. The blueprint is all of the top leaders right now in this organization are on this training. It's like church, you know? So we literally always stay on every single training, because we all provide a different style of value, a different style of training. Something is going to click that can take your business to the next level. And one thing that my mentor always tell me, Alfred Nixon, he says, the training that you miss can be the training that takes your business to the next level. And that always stuck with me. So anytime I miss a training, I feel like, I'm like, oh my God, I can't miss a training. Like I'll try to catch it on Facebook, or I'll try to zoom in as much as possible, because I really do feel like I'm missing something. So, you know, huge congratulations to all the new agents that just got started and that are plugged in. And even for the seasoned agents, just being consistent every single week. I definitely think the number should be higher, guys. You know, I definitely think that we should be getting more people onto this call. Soon we'll have to do a 200 minimum, because we just have so much potential, so much momentum going on right now to where our company is going, that we really need to show up, and we really need to understand and show our agents the importance of showing up. But again, just congratulations to everybody that actually got on. So let's go ahead and start with training. Let's see if I can share my screen. I'm actually on a MacBook today, so bear with me. I'm not very savvy when it comes to this computer yet. I got this training from Xavier. A lot of you guys may be familiar with it. He wanted me to train on it today. Obviously, right, two different perspectives of the same training, but he really wanted me to show you guys how to prospect. You know, he really wanted to show you guys, like, this is literally this is a skill. This is the #1 skill of our industry. And this is probably why you're going to hear it so many times, because finding people to talk to, how many of you guys, before you even signed up, before you even got started, the first thing you said was, I don't know anybody? Type of one in the chat. I can't do this business because I don't know anybody. How many of you guys said that? Let's be real, right? That was me. You know, I'm like, I know a couple people back home, right? And so I'm like, so who am I really going to introduce this to? And what I realized later on, and even now, is that it's a skill. Finding people to talk to, finding people to get in front of this information is a skill that you need to learn. And so it's not necessarily foreign or can't be learned. It's just a skill that you need to acquire. So how do you build your family, your friends, your warm and cold market into a prospect? And so we're going to teach you how to do that here tonight. So the first thing I'm going to bring up is our memory jogger. Our memory jogger is one of the foundational tools for a brand new agent. Because if you were talking to me back then, I could probably name a few people, right? Just off the top of my head. I can, okay, mom, dad, you know, I know a couple of people that have bad credit, but how much deeper can that actually go? So if you guys look at the new agent launch document, it actually has a memory jogger in it, the getting started document, which is located in your back office under the training section. But here's a screenshot of it if you want to take a screenshot. Now, what a memory jogger does is it allows you to think, okay, not just of the person that you're thinking right fresh off of your mind, but it also allows you to tap through that person too. So if I were to tell you right now, how many of you guys are working this business part-time? Type a 1 in the chat, meaning that you work a full-time job. Okay. So what that means to me is that you have a lot of coworkers. A lot of you guys have a lot of coworkers. And if I asked you, do all of your coworkers know what you do part-time? You probably would say no. And so the memory jogger is going to help you identify what coworkers can I actually bring this to? And one of the things that I learned in one of my recent trainings is, if you want to get in the habit of doing this, is never have a meal by yourself. If you're having breakfast in the morning, having coffee, right? Make sure you have a coworker with you so that you could talk about the business, right? Maybe you're on lead generation at 8 a.m. and a coworker is watching. What are you doing, right? That's prospecting. If you're having lunch, FaceTime somebody during lunch. Yeah, girl, I'm working, but I'm building this business. And you see where I'm going with that? So a lot of the times, never, ever eat alone. Yes. So that's one of the things that I learned on a recent training, but it brought me back to the coworker, because I work full time when I started this business as well. So I can relate, right? But because I did tools like this, because I did the memory jogger, because I made my list, because I started to learn the skill of prospecting, I was able to fire my boss within 4 months of coming into this industry. So, and I want the same for you. So looking at this memory jogger, look, we have our boss. I know a lot of people that have enrolled their bosses into this. I actually have an agent on my team who's enrolling, like he's a manager and he's enrolling like everybody at his job right now. Your partner, janitor or security guard, who do you know as your delivery person? Who's your competition? You may know some credit repair people that are probably doing it on their own, that are probably doing it with a software at home. Get with them. What is your process? Can this be easier for you since the company actually does the credit repair? So looking at this memory jogger, I won't go through all of them, but I guarantee that when you're writing your prospect list, when you are actually getting started and you're going through that 50 to 100 contacts, that you have to create a list. You have to create a list as a brand new agent. And this is something that us, the top leaders, do consistently. And then you have to continue to add to that list every single day. If you can add 2 people to that list every single day, I'm telling you, your business would drastically change, but you have to start with the 50 to 100. And the memory jogger is going to be the key to getting 50 to 100 people on that list. Okay. So now what you want to do is build rapport with those people. So what's next? What's next once you get that list? Well, you have to build the rapport with those people when you're having the conversations. You don't automatically want to start talking about credit in the business. You want to form. We talk about form all the time. Family, right? How's the family doing? Where are you from? The form, that's the form part, because you don't want to come to Brent, just talk about the business without actually getting a feel of especially with your close friends. They're going to be like, girl, what are you sending me? The occupation. Hey, are you still at the same job? What is it that you're doing now for a living? Have those conversations. Recreational. Hey, are you still playing basketball? What are you doing for fun? Are you still going to that place we used to go to? Whatever the case may be. And then what is your message? What is your message of the solution that you may be able to provide that person? Because based on the form, a lot of people, when they talk about their job, are like, oh my God, girl, this job is stressing me out. Like, those are the conversations that I hear every time that comes up. And then get their phone number. So when we talk about creating your first list, that's great. But remember, I told you to keep adding 2 people to that list every single day minimum. So you want to be able to gather and extract someone's, in person when you're meeting people every single day, guys. How many of you guys do Uber Eats and the Uber Eats driver comes and brings you food to your door? That's a prospect. That's a prospecting opportunity. Hey, thank you so much. Do you do anything else besides this? You know, is this your full-time? What else do you do? You know, you're creating those connections. If anybody comes to our door, they're signing up as an agent. Like, let me tell you, and not just by me, like that's mostly Rob, because Rob is more of the extrovert, right? But literally there's been people that come here, try to sell us windows at our new house. He already has them as an agent enrollment. So he turned the script around. Yeah, come in, look at our windows. This is what we do. The guy's like, how do you guys have 2 Mercedes in the driveway? The guy's asking us questions, which gave us an opportunity to build that relationship, get a contact number, and get them in front of the information. Okay. Also, we had somebody else come here, I don't know, to give us like a paint, you know, like a lot of people come to this neighborhood and they're doing sales, door-to-door sales. And every time I see someone come through that window, I'm like, oh man, they're gonna end up being an agent, because I just know Rob, and Rob is an expert at doing the form and creating that opportunity to tell his story, and also be able to show them the business. So that's prospecting. Not everyone is going to sign up on the first exposure. You know, treat them, you know what I'm saying? Basically what you want to do is form them, but you want to be able to continue to build that relationship and follow up with them. So that's a prime example. You know, when you go out to eat, the servers that are serving you, that's an opportunity. One of the reasons that I always get my nails done real crazy fancy is because I realize the amount of attention they get everywhere I go. So for instance, anytime I'm paying at a restaurant or at a cash register or at a Walmart, wherever I go, I'm paying, and they see me paying with like my credit card, and the girls go crazy about, oh my God, your nails, where do you get it? Oh, well, look, hey, give me your contact info and I'll send you the girl's info. But guess what? I just collected a number. I just collected a prospect. So giving compliments, but actually having things like that, like before, even before the nails, I would always have like a name tag. You know, I would have a name tag because I was part of the BNI, and a lot of people ask me, hey, what is it that you do? So always having something that you can build a connection with people, because you guys run into people every single day. You guys are looking at opportunities. It got to the point where I was scared to let people not tell people, because I'm like, that person could be going through something, and this opportunity could change their life the way it changed mine. It's to the point where I got scared not to tell people. Like I had to tell them, like I had to figure out a way to include what I do to that person. And that's where you want to get, okay? What is the environment that you want them to be in? Now, you know, Alfred Nixon, our mentor this week, did an exceptional job in doing a training with us. And one of the things he told us is, he told us controlled environments, you know, controlled environments leads to enrollments. So PBRs are major, you know, that is the basic. And what is a PBR? A private business reception. I remember when I first got started, that's all we did. I was in people's living rooms. I was in churches. I was in restaurants and IHOPs. It didn't matter. If there was a group of 3 to 5 people, I was in the room presenting the information. And basically we did that with our new agents. So when a new agent gets started, they would create their list and we would invite them to a private business reception. Another word for that I like to use better is like your grand opening. So it's pretty much a grand opening for a brand new agent, a red ribbon cutting. Hey, join me on my business shower, right? And that kind of environment created so much momentum because you're in a controlled environment, you're giving the information, you're putting people in front of your mentors that have the success, right? The success aspect. And I'm telling you, that's how you're going to get your first 5 the fastest, because they're going to be able to ask those difficult questions. Your mentor is going to be able to overcome all of those objections that they may have. And next thing you know, you're already getting your first 5 and your first promotion. Okay. Webinar, this type of environment on Zooms worked out really well for us during the pandemic. Our businesses all grew because of the webinars. Local business overviews, you know, those should be starting up soon. So if there's a overview in your market, you want to start it, but guess what? I mean, you want to attend, but if you don't have one in your market, start one. Just had this conversation, just got off a call with my leadership team. I said, every single one of you are in a different market. There needs to be an overview every single week. Because when I started, I could only give you the blueprint. When I started doing local presentations, my business went crazy. The momentum went crazy because we were building from event to event. Now the people that came this week, next week we tell them, hey, okay, so you got started, next week bring 5 people, or next spring bring 2 people. And we just kept building event to event like that. The environment is very important. The 3-way calls, we just talked about this with our leadership team as well. It's so crazy how in sync we are with these trainings, but we talked about getting back to the basics of the 3-way call. What is your structure so that you're open to your team for a 3-way call? How are you setting that up? How does your team know when you're open? You have to be able to create that environment. And do they know how to effectively do a 3-way call? Sunday Fun Day, for instance, Xavier is huge for this, for building culture. Are you attending the Sunday Fun Days to get to know your leaders and build that culture? Super Saturdays convention, all right? So convention was major, game changer for a lot of people in the organization. But always remember to ask people this question. What did you like the most? Or what did you like best? This is my favorite thing. Anytime anyone gets on a webinar or watches one of my overviews, I never say, what did you think? I never say, so did you want to get started? I always say, what did you like the most? Because their response is going to tell me if they want to be a client or an agent. I'm already going to know. You know, if they tell me, hey, I love that, I can fix my credit and make money, I already know I'm going for that person's going to sign up as an agent. And they might have a few questions that I can answer. But that's definitely my way to go when it comes with that. How do you get them there? How do you get people to an event? So this is where you got to go back to the basics. Anybody ever on this call been to, oh my God, I remember being to a bunch of these, but like a Tupperware party, you know, at your mom's friend's house. I know a lot of you girls probably went to the Pure Romance parties, the Mary Kay parties, where they would say, you know, a free facial makeup party for the girls. Like, you have to create the hype to get people into these events. So you have to be able to say, it's my red ribbon cutting, it's my business. Like, you think about what brings people. Like when you invite someone to a baby shower or a wedding. I love weddings. I love going to weddings. And the reason why is there's always free food. There's always some drinks, right? There's always some cake. So I love weddings. So anytime everyone tells me, invites me to a wedding, I'm like, yes, I'm excited, you know, but you got to create that hype for your environment event. You have to create the hype for when you're bringing people on the webinar. Who are you edifying? How are you storytelling? How do you know your mentor story? Do you know all of the mentor story? Do you know how you're going to learn every single mentor story? Being on training. Because we always talk about our stories in training. Arnold will talk about his story. Xavier will talk about his story. Rob will talk about his story. You collect those stories. And when these people are in front of the room or on a webinar, you can use that story to get people into the room, which brings me to the edification. You guys heard how Myra brought me into the call. You know, like that's how you want to invite people to an event. That's how you actually get people to an event. Me and Vice President Natalie Rodriguez were talking about this today. And in fact, I was talking to Xavier today because I'm getting ready to go to Massachusetts this week. And I'm telling my team, we need to create hype. Like, I'm no longer the Raysa that was a sales director that left Mass. Like, I'm coming back with more power. So we need to figure out how to use that and get people in a room. Right now, we're in works of getting people into a room on a Saturday and packing it out, but it's all going to be with edification, right? And it's all going to be with the edification that it's not just me. I have 3 vice presidents that are going to be in the room with me in my organization now. So not only is my success story, but it's the success story of the girls that are having success that join me. So again, that lead me into the next one, which was sharing the success stories, showing the agent results, and really getting that buy-in. So storytelling part formula, the best people to do this, right, is Arnold and Neto, and David Marquez. They do the best when it comes to the storytelling, and they do this as part of their presentation, because I will tell you something, guys, telling my story and perfecting that, because it took me a while to perfect that. But when I perfected that, that's how I became a top recruiter. I will tell you that, because I never talk to anyone unless I tell them my story, my background, how I was, you know, single mom, you know, living paycheck to paycheck, struggling to make ends meet. I didn't like that. I didn't like that I couldn't provide for my son. So, and what was the solution to that? The solution was sitting down with Senior Vice President Xavier Marrero at the time. And what he provided to me and that seed that he planted in how my future can look. And now being able to show them the success that came from that decision. So this storytelling, if everybody has a story, whether you made $100, $0, $1 million you right now as a brand new agent, you have a story. You have a background. What made you make the decision to be here today? What problem is this solving for you right now? And what do how do you feel about your future? How do you feel about your future now that you're involved? So it doesn't matter if you're brand new or a seasoned agent, this story is what's going to get you more deals at the end of the day. Okay. So edification, I'm glad that this is actually here because this little triangle will make more sense to someone that's visual. So the edification is what's going to set the entire tone for that conversation or for that event. Who's your favorite role model? Think about your favorite role model. For me, my favorite role model is, Beyonce, whatever, right? And the reason why is because a lot of people don't know Beyonce is not just a singer, right? Beyonce does everything behind the scenes. Like she actually does her own choreograph. She actually directs all her videos. She actually has 100% involvement in all her costumes. I'm like, how does she do that? She is such a boss because not most singers, they get all that set up for them. They just show up, they sing, but she has all. So when I'm explaining and describing someone, that's how, she's such a boss. This is what she has been able to accomplish. So the third party calling and edification is you, right? You have, this is you here. And then you have your prospects. And yes, they trust you enough to get on a phone call, right? Your prospects will trust you enough to hear you up and get on a phone call. But the reality is that the edification is what's going to build the respect. Being able to edify a successful individual that's been able to help other people, solve that problem, other people create six-figure earners or whatever the case may be, or make an additional income or walk away from corporate America. That's where the respect comes into play. Successful, knowledgeable, you want to be able to say about this person edification wise, what are their successes? What are they knowledgeable in? What do they help with? And make it fun. Okay. So that's this right here. Take a screenshot of it. And it's funny that this screen is on here because it's so true. The less you say, the more we close. We call this sometimes when you guys vomit, right? We talk about vomiting. Oops, did I stop the share by mistake? Okay, there we go. We talk about vomiting on your prospects. What happens is people ask, I actually did a survey on this the other day on my team. I was like, when people ask you for pricing, what do you say? And everybody was like, well, we tell them it's 188 and they get boom, 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 boom. And I was like, you said too much. So before you even got them in front of your leaders, you vomited out the mouth. You already gave the price without providing any value. That's why you're not closing any deals. The less you say, the more we close. Hey, look, we do have the solution to that problem. If you want to get, into home ownership this year, we have the solution to that. What's your availability for a call? But a lot of you guys sit there and try to explain the protection plan and really do this on your own. And that's not the blueprint to success in our industry. You have to give them a trailer, not a full movie. You have to be able to give them commercial snippets of what they're going to find if they join the Zoom. This is what you're going to be able to get if you join the Zoom, right? Do not become the presenter or the expert. Get out of the way and leverage your leaders in the team. Guys, we have a presentation every night. And sometimes some of the leaders are on there and there's only agents on. I'm like, why? It's because a lot of you guys are not leveraging the platform. Those paths to financial freedoms, those are gold. I remember when Arnold started to do them and I was only probably a senior field trainer or a sales director at the time. And I was like, oh my God, somebody's doing presentation. I was so excited. And I don't think me and Arnold really talked that much at that time, but I closed so many deals because he was doing webinars. He really did so many webinars and all I would do was edify him. I knew his story. Why? Because I was on the trainings. So I would edify him. And next thing you know, people started getting on the webinars. And after the webinars, they were inboxing me for the link. So I was making money off of just getting people onto that event. And that's what each of you have to do right now. You have to leverage those path to financial freedom, guys. We do them every single night. Your goal is to pack that webinar out with as many people as possible every single day. And then the fortune is in the follow-up, okay? This is something that I've been working on with my team as far as how are you tracking your leads? Because a lot of you guys have leads, but what happens is they get lost in Messenger. You have no idea who you talk to. You haven't talked to that person that inboxed you in a month, 2 months, 3 months go by. And you have to be able to understand that follow-up is huge. So lead tracking, how are you lead tracking? That's number one. So someone comments info on your page. Where is that name? Where's your database of that person that actually wanted information? Or are you just going on Messenger, replying to them and you forget about it because there's 100 chats going on. And next thing you know, that person never responded. You never wrote back. It's so important to do follow-up. Okay. 80% of sales are made within the 5th and 12th contact. 5th and 12th contact. So most people are not going to sign up on the first time that you introduce them to this. I did it. You know, Xavier followed up with me a few times before I actually got started. And I'm sure it's the same for you guys. So you have to be able to identify with that and understand that other people are the same. And a lot of people conflict follow-up with, are you ready to sign up? Ready to sign up? That's the way you follow up. There's different ways to follow up. Okay, you can send them a testimony. You can send them a testimonial video. You can add them into a private testimonial group. That's a follow-up. Tag them on another video. You can invite them into a webinar, right? You can, I don't know, say happy birthday, right? Hey, I'm doing a discount today. There's different ways, but each of those is a touch. You can change the chat color in the chat. That I consider that a follow-up. So each of those are a touch. And I guarantee that between the 5th and 12th contact, that will be someone that will get started with you if you planted the seed the right way the first time, okay? So remember, some will, some won't, so what, who's next? A lot of you guys get caught up in the no's. You get caught up in the no's. Oh my God, this person told me no today. It's the end of the world. I can't do this. I suck at this because one person told you no. If I would have let the people that told me no dictate my future here, I'd be lost. I wouldn't have had the success that I had. Instead, I took those no's as more power. I took it more as, okay, I will prove to you that this is going to work. And later on, it will be a yes. So a no is not a no. It's usually a not right now. So just remember that, guys. This is a skill. Prospecting is a skill. You have tons of people that you could talk to, but it's all about doing it the right way. How are you getting them in front of the information? Are you edifying? And are you actually following up? And that's my time, Myra. I'll give it back to you. Love you guys. God bless.
Wow, thank you so very much for that, Raysa. We do appreciate it. Always teaching us so much, always speaking from that experience, speaking from having gone through the motions, and definitely for having created a great deal of success for yourself. You know, the numbers don't lie. At the end of the day, it didn't matter what you had mastered before. Your prior skill sets likely contributed to all that you had to grow in and learn, but you've brought that to this platform and have killed it. So I know you're an inspiration to myself and so many others across the whole entire team. You know, I hope those that needed to hear this or hadn't heard it yet before are really receptive to what you brought to the table tonight. So again, thank you very, very much for that. Now, moving into our very second trainer for tonight, I have the privilege to be able to introduce this gentleman as well. Someone just as Raysa that I was able to meet by way of this opportunity. Someone that I always had a great deal of respect for, that I looked up to because he was so much of an example on what servant leadership is, to the extent where he was like the type that would take their shirt off their back to give it to someone else, right? But of course, it has shown in the solid team he's been able to build and all that he's been able to grow on this journey. Today, he's actually a vice president with this opportunity, also an R&R club member in the business and in real life. A gentleman that probably needs very little introduction just because of the impact he's made in the entire team wide. founder of God's Plan. And again, someone that I really pay a great deal of attention to, who didn't need the client services in this, but he truly followed his calling for what it is to help others. And he saw this platform as a way. So please give your full and undivided attention and be ready to learn from this gentleman. I do see him on camera, right? And give it up for Mr. Vice President Rob Santiago. You got it, boss.
Hey guys, can you hear me okay? Yeah, we good? All right, perfect. I just wanted to make sure. First of all, I want to thank God for being here. I want to thank God for everyone who made it to this call, right? Without him, we wouldn't be here. I want to thank our mentors, the leadership, Myra, of course, yourself, Raysa, phenomenal job always, every time. And again, back to my team, the whole organization. I'm going to keep this brief so we could make sure that we respect everyone's time. I told myself that I wasn't going to do any slides for today's presentation, but somehow I figured a way to still make that happen. Me and Raysa's training is kind of similar in some ways, so you'll see some things in what I'm going through here. But when you're prospecting, inviting is the next skill set, right? So again, it just leads right into it. A lot of, for the people who don't know who I am and my story, I'll keep it short. Rob Santiago, like you heard, I'm a vice president now, right? I've been with the company. I'm going on my 4th year. December 23rd, this year will be my 4th year, full year in the business. Hold on,
and I caught it with my fingers.
Somebody caught it with their fingers. All right, we're good now. All right, it always be like that sometimes. That wasn't a part of my story, by the way, but like I said, born in Puerto Rico, right? Shout out to all my Boricuas. Raised in New York City. I've been here in Florida, man, since I was a teenager. I'm an only child, single parent. Shout out to all the mom, dads, right? I was raised by a woman. And right out of high school, I was working. To be honest with you, in high school, I was working. I don't know if anybody could relate. 15, 16, I was working 2 jobs to pay bills, man. And right out of high school, I fell into finance. So what Myra said, my background, I already knew about credit. I had a great credit score growing up. When I was 19 years old, I was able to buy my first home. A lot of good decisions I made because I learned from other people's mistakes. Right. My family didn't have the best financial literacy, never really bought homes, never did anything like that. So we got to be the ones to do something different. If what they say, if you don't come from a rich family got to come from you. Right. So this is one of the gateway skills to now creating that rich family that you guys want to do. So I'm going to go into it about inviting. Right. You're invited. The goal, guys, behind everything that we do, it's education and understanding. Eric Worre talks big about this. Our goal is to make sure that we don't go out and get people, right? And I'll show you a slide. Like, we're not going out there, targets on people's backs, just trying to get them, right? Just so they can enroll. The goal is to educate them to a point where they're understanding. And how our leaders always say, not only to my team, but to my customers and my potential agents, I teach with the intent to teach. Right? So they can learn this information and share it with their family, become a person of value. So it's extremely important that we focus that way, focus on education and understanding. And if you're not educated about the industry that we're in, about the services that we provide, you don't have to be a banker. You don't have to be a finance manager. You don't have to be a credit analyst to get educated from this, right? You can go on YouTube. You could watch credit restoration tips, right? You could learn so much from some of the books out here, but the goal is to fully educate and have everyone understand. Everybody remembers this, right? When they catch them on the phone, got them. I love this slide because sometimes I feel like this is what people try to do when they enroll an agent or a customer. Like, oh, I got them. You got to have a different type of a mindset. You got to have a mindset to where you're not a hunter. Can you guys agree? In hunting season, I'm not a hunter. I don't really go out and kill animals like that, right? But I know there's a duck season, there's a deer season, there's a couple seasons for some animals that don't really like it, right? But can you guys agree with me when deer season comes? Do you guys think that the deers know they coming to get hunted? when duck season is coming, do you think they know? They think they just out there stupid, like they don't know what's going on. You could tell when somebody's trying to hunt you down. So you got to convert that into the farmer mindset, right? About educating, understanding, planting seeds, follow up, right? All of that. Think about the difference between shooting a deer and building a farm, right? It's a huge difference. Your hands on here, you're over here digging, you're probably watering all these crops before they even got in. A lot of work had to happen before all of the harvest came, right? So these pictures are very powerful. Understand right now, you're brand new. This is a flat surface. There's no green. There's nothing but dirt. It looks dry. It's the soil that you need to start planting your seeds in so you can continue to grow your harvest in the future. So when you're new, right? Hello, you guys ever seen this little tag before? Hello, my name is new, or I'm new, right? When you're new, you don't have any credibility, none whatsoever. Like some people, Raysa mentioned this, some people get into the business and they want to be the leader and they want to take over and they want to do everything. They want to do all their own calls. They want to learn how to do their own presentation. They want to do everything in the beginning, but people don't know them for that. People don't know. They didn't know Rob for credit, even though I worked in the bank. So it's a little sad, but even at that point, they didn't know me for that. I wasn't skilled at inviting people anywhere. At my bank, people walked in and they walked out. I wasn't out there with a sign trying to bring people in, right? I wasn't out in the streets trying to find people. That wasn't my what I had to do for my job, right? Leader-wise in my industry, I would say I was a leader. I was a manager. I ran a couple, but still no credibility in this industry. They don't know you for this yet. So that triangle, that trust triangle that Raysa was going all over, it's extremely powerful, man. Edification, again, shout out to Myra and everybody else. That's a couple of you guys that edification is just next level. But it's so important. Like the edification is so important, not just for three-way calls, the webinar events in general, right? Think about if you were invited, you guys edify some things in your life better than your business. Go talk about nails, right? Good excuse, Raysa, for all the ladies to go get nails done, right? yeah. She done edified the crap out of the nail artist. She gonna edify her like crazy, right? You gotta edify the restaurant that you went to. You're gonna edify the wine tasting. There's so many things that we edify very well at, but you want to make sure that you convert that into your business. So you got you at the top, right? This ain't the perfect triangle. Don't judge me. You got your prospect. And then you have that third party. You know why there's a third party involved? You're new.
What is it?
You don't have no credibility. They don't know you in this industry. But what happens between you and that prospect? What do you guys have that's a part of this triangle, which is trust? That trust relationship, right? I trust this particular person. They trust me for me to involve a third party. And that third party don't always mean a person. It could be a video. It could be audio. I'm going to give you guys some examples. But right now, if there was a blueprint behind me to get $1 million and I was standing right in the middle, you can't see it. You can't. What would you guys tell me if there was like a blueprint right behind me and I'm telling you, I define the crap out of it? Like, man, I can't wait for you guys to see these steps. Like as soon as you do them, you're going to make 7 figures and it's standing right behind me, but I'm just going to keep talking about it. You know what I mean? Because I want to get you guys excited, but it's standing right by. What do you guys want me to do? Get out the way. I would tell you, Rob, move. Damn it. Get out the way. Like you stopping me from getting 7 figures. You're in the middle. Like you have to remove yourself out of the way and get a third party. Become the connector, right? Shout out to Xavier. He was the connection between me and Raysa, right? I call him our connector. I give him credit for what we established. But become the connector between the third party and your prospect. Become the expert at that. I want to get, Cynthia in front of Raysa. I know Raysa. Cynthia don't know Raysa, but Cynthia knows me. And I'm going to edify Raysa to the top extent to a point where Cynthia's going to want to meet her. And guess what? Once I get her on the call, I can get her on the upline. Third party tools, a lot of different explanations for what that is, right? Upline, event, a regional event, which was supposed to say not even, weekly meetings, videos, audios, right? Product brochures, websites, social media, the Zoom calls, three-way phone calls and chats, the Facebook group, anything that isn't you. We're saying it in the most respectful way. Anything that isn't you is that third-party tool. So these are a couple of the third-party tools that I don't think we're actually inviting people to, and it's a great strategy. I'm sure the leaders will agree. Wouldn't you want to get someone who's interested in the business on a millionaire mindset call? They're crazy. On Monday, the testimonies that are heard from across the country with over thousands of people on this call, that's a massive call to be a part of, and people don't invite their prospects to that. I'm telling you, invite your prospects to that call. Invite a potential agent so they can understand who's leading you. Edify the multimillionaires that are running this call in 1,000. It's not me. I want you to learn from the person who's teaching me. How many people don't invite to Millionaire Mindset? Put a 1 in the chat. Sometimes y'all don't even invite your own team. I'm telling you, not only invite your team, but potentials on your team so they can see the vision. Guys, can we agree? When you show somebody the vision, I could talk to you about what I do all the time. They tired of me. My people know who I am. They never met an Alfred Nixon. They never seen a Billy Scott open up a call. They never heard Amina or a Jay or Raysa or all up top of these leaders that get on this call and they crush it every time. That's a great way to get people on. The relentless team call. Some of y'all got, again, our teams are not even on here. We should have 1,000 people on this call. People pay money. I'm going to say every time I get on the relentless platform, people pay we've paid thousands of dollars to get trained like this. And you guys get it for free and y'all bypass it. And then y'all ask like, man, I don't know how I'm not becoming successful. Everybody who wish they had more people on this call, right? So now the relentless team call, plug them in. Your own team calls if you have that. My team call, plug them in. Super Saturday events. Let them learn a little bit about the training. Man, this is what you guys doing on Saturdays. They teaching you all of this. It's not just you. It's not that you and your team. No, it's the whole company that's teaching you. So I wanted to add this. I thought it had some value. I feel as an organization, if we did more of this, like, look, guess what? You know what? I don't need you to sign up for nothing right now. But what I do need you to do is be a part of this phone call, because 9 out of 10 times I'm in tears. The stories that I hear on these calls are phenomenal. It's going to get you through the week. And it's just starting on Monday, so it's the perfect time. You don't want to miss this. I would love for you to be a part of that. Who wouldn't want to get on that call? I don't want you. It's not going to cost you nothing. I don't want you to hear. I don't want you to pay me $1. Put your credit card and your debit card away. I need you to hear this phone call and tell me it's not going to give you a better week. And right after that Monday call, you know what I want to do? I want to put you on a second phone call that's going to up your week on Tuesday. You see where I'm flowing with this? And by the time they get off a millionaire mindset call or relentless team training call, I guarantee you they'll be in your inbox talking about, I want to be a part of this. I don't know who that Alfred dude is. I don't know who these people are, but none of them was you. And they killed that. So I can't wait to be a part of this. Again, I think that's good value. If it's good information, put a flame in the chat for me. I don't think we really talk about this too much, but I think that this is something that more people need to do. And then they need to do this. Take yourself out of the way. And the most respectful way is be quiet. Don't talk too much. I used to be that person. The leaders will tell you, my phone calls used to be 45 minutes. I explained everything to everybody about every service. I was knowledgeable. But when you're inviting to a third party, it's like what we talk about this, like inviting somebody to a movie, but you explain the whole movie. There's no point. Why am I going to go to the movie for? You already told me the whole thing. I want you to give less than a preview. Sometimes I don't like previews because the preview give all the funny parts in the movie. Now I'm going to watch it. I'm like, oh man, it gave me all the funny parts already. Don't even give them the preview. Title of the movie. That's it. Now you put them in front of that third party too after you edified it. Don't go and explain it on your own. One thing I hate, and I don't use the word hate that much, and I'm sure all my leaders could jump on here and agree with me. Don't connect your potential with Raysa, with Arnold, with David, with VG, with Xavier, and you start talking and you start doing the call. Right? And some of them was like, yeah. They're like, yo, you trying to explain the whole thing. For what you got me on. The less you say, the more you close. Let the expert handle it. Let the millionaire mindset call do it. Let the relentless training call do it. Let the third party tool, which is not you, explain the information. Sit back, take notes. Take notes. Take notes. I'm going to say it 3 times because a lot of people get on these calls and they treat their upline like if they're supposed to do them for them. Yo, 10 calls, 20 calls later, and you still don't know how to do a phone call, is because you're not taking notes. You're getting someone on the call with Arnold, and then you're going to do the dishes and you're not even paying attention. You're going to do that. Make sure that you get on there and you respect your leader's time and you learn how to do this so you can teach others and you can grow your business. So there's 7 rules to inviting I want to give you guys. If you can take a screenshot, it's probably going to be good. Remove yourself, emotionally detach yourself from the outcome. Don't matter. Some will, some won't. So what? Who's next? Don't be like, oh man, like Eric Worre talks about this. This is the main dude that I wanted to talk to. And if he gets in, oh, everybody has somebody like that, right? Yo, if this one gets in, oh man, the game is over. Xavier, the game is over, bro. Just cancel the company because we're about to go pinnacle in a week. And then you got them on a call or invite, and they was like, no, I'm not interested. Oh man, that hit. You tied all your emotions, your whole career to that one person. Let the emotions go from the outcome. Understand the law of averages, that you're going to reach out to 100 people to get a couple. When you understand that, you have that mindset, when your first 5 people tell you no, you just know that you got through your first 5 no's. Have that type of perspective. I got to get through those 5 no's because in the next 5, 2 of them are probably going to say yes. Have that type of mentality. Be yourself. Don't be a person that your voice changes. You get super extra proper. Like, people know who I am. I'm loud. I'm always joking. If I got on and I was like, I don't want to act like how, so I don't even know how to do that, but you act like a completely different person. And so when these people who are your warm market or some kind of know you, they're like, this ain't Rob talking. Like, I never heard you talk like this. I never seen you act like, I never seen you say these kind or use this type of text. Be yourself, the best version, right? Don't go out there cursing and doing all the crazy stuff like I used to do, but be the best version of yourself. Have fun with this. Bring some passion. Without the passion, oh man, the call is just dead, bro. Like, you have to have passion in anything that you do. When I worked at Chick-fil-A, I was passionate about them chicken sandwiches. I'm 30. I'm still passionate about them chicken sandwiches. I used to be passionate about making the meal. Like, people lose that nowadays in workplaces. Can you guys agree? Customer service sucks nowadays. Like, yo, my bag was folded nicely. The tables, I took pride in what I do. Have passion. Understand that you're going to a higher place and you have to see yourself there, and high energy equals high income. So if you don't have no type of passion, you need to find some. I don't know if you, the passion and posture, like, they're 2 separate things, but the same, right? You got to be urgent. Don't be the person on the phone or inviting on a voice note and be like, hey, you can just get back to me whenever you want. I'm available anytime. I've heard people say this before. When you're available all the time, Raysa mentioned it, you have no value. You're always there. Like, that you have to be urgent, that you got somewhere to be. I don't have time to be on this call, this voice note. I thought about, yo, I got to make this quick. I'm always in a hurry. That's the type of mindset. Even if you don't got nothing to do, you book with appointments and you have to see and check your schedule to see if you can fit somebody in. Y'all following me? Right? Don't be the person that your schedule's open from Monday to Sunday. Hey, you just got free time to do anything. People are like, yo, if you that free, you're not doing it big. You're not making money, right? Strong posture. Posture is another thing. You got to get hyped. That passion and posture is very similar. And some examples are like, man, like, if you don't have high energy, there's a song or something that you do that gets you hyped. I know I love listening to certain music that I won't play for y'all because it might not have the best wording in it, right? But it gets me pumped. Like I listen to certain music, I listen to certain people, or think about certain things, and I'm like, yo, I'm cranked up. I remember in GoPro, they would like do 25 jumping jacks before you jump on the call, or something crazy like that. If you want to do less, whatever, but just get yourself going, right? The next one is believing in your product and service. Does everyone believe that we have a phenomenal service that's helping thousands of people across the country? The company is fantastic. We got a whole new name change. We're going to $1 billion. I don't know if y'all believe that. Y'all believe that? Put a one. That's a couple people. We had 114 people. 7 people got off. Do you guys believe that this company is going to $1 billion level? Do you believe in the compensation plan? Are people making 6 figures plus a year? There's some people on this line that's making close to 6 figures a month. The compensation plan works. The company is doing great. We have one of the best services out there, and now added more value, less price. I don't know. That's where the passion comes. That's where the posture comes. I'm confident that our company is going to slaughter anybody else in the industry. I know, can't nobody tell me nothing about this company. That's the kind of posture that you have to have, and the belief not only in yourself, but in the product, right? And they have an abundance mindset. Not everybody is going to go to the top with you at that moment. Right? God's timing is perfect. Just keep following up. Keep putting yourself present, right? Consistent on social media. Everything that you do, stay consistent. Because there's somebody 3 years ago that didn't want to get started with me that's getting started tomorrow. And his girlfriend's coming, and her friend is coming, and her friend's coming. And that was 3-year seed planted. And some of you guys are like, man, you guys are enrolling people like crazy. No, we've been consistent like crazy. The consistency like crazy will get you enrollments like crazy. Again, a lot of the leaders will agree on here, right? Business equals conversation. How many conversations are you having? Talk to more people. Tip for success, talk to more people than you're talking to right now. Because some of y'all are like, man, I talk with everybody. It was like 5, 10 people. Let's be real. Let's be honest. I'm here to tell the truth. I know I didn't call 100 people when I got started. Did anybody here, they called 100 people personally when the first day they got launched? I didn't do that. Think about that. But why can't you do it now? Relaunch yourself. Challenge yourself. Right now it says, for someone who's starting, medium, then the superhero. You want to be at a beginner level, start 100 conversations with people. I'm about to teach you how to do that. You want to take it to another level, do 250. You want to take it to a whole nother level, do 1,000. I'm not talking about the course of the year. I'm saying by September 18th of this month. You can do this by the end of the week. How hard are you going to push through these numbers? Because if you went to 1,000 conversations, you're going to enroll way more than one person. Guaranteed. If you talk with one person, probably not going to enroll one person. So I'm making myself clear with that. Challenge yourself. Challenge your team. How many conversations did you have? We brought up some good tips I think it was in the core rant. We talked about or this morning with Natalie, right? Shout out to them doing the lead generation this morning. Yo, everybody got a birthday every day. Those are conversation starters. Those green dots of people active online, say good morning to a couple of people. I hope you have a great Monday. Hey, look, it's Tuesday. We're almost at hump day. I hope you're having a great week. Like, it's simple. Some people are looking for the perfect script all the time. Just be yourself, have conversations with people, and I'm going to give you some examples of what to talk about, right? Life. Everybody, when you bring up life, they got a whole bunch to talk about. Everybody go through something in life, no matter what, good, bad, and somebody wants to talk about it, right? No matter what, introvert, extrovert, don't matter. Somebody wants to be heard. So say less, listen more. Talk about their life, their family. Work, we talk about form, right? Fun, health, dreams, compliments. And again, I talked about urgency. I wanted to capitalize that again, because even with these conversations, I could touch base with you and touch base on a couple things in a fast way. I don't got all day to have the convo with you, but I am touching base and following up. Hey, Raysa, look, I know it's been a little bit since we talked, man. How's life going? How's the family? Where are you working at right now? It's been a minute. What are you doing on your spare time for fun? I hope you and the family are staying healthy. What kind of dreams you have for 2022? I'm reaching out to a specific amount of people that I just wanted to touch base with, and you came to mind. That was quick. And complimenting, oh man, that's my favorite. Is this good, right? This is a couple easy things to have a conversation about. If you were interested, you're like, man, I don't really know what to talk to people about. Rob, you say start conversations. I don't know how to start conversations. How about, hey, what are you doing for fun this weekend? Or when you got free time, what do you do for fun normally? I'm always busy running my business, so I'm going to have some free time this weekend. I'm just looking for some ideas. Ain't got nothing to do with credit. But the conversation has started. Did you see how I mentioned that I'm always running my business? I always throw something in there, right? So have those conversations with as many people as you can. These are 5 questions, if you keep yourself urgent, that Eric Worre put out in his training, in his GoPro training. Have you heard the news? That's a good question to ask after you broke the ice with that conversation. I just asked you, hey, how, what kind of stuff you doing in your free time? What's going on? Everything's good, man. Perfect. Xavier, have you heard the news? What news, Rob? Yo, you didn't hear the news that we gave out $600,000 in scholarship money this year in our company? There was a young Haitian immigrant, $30,000 she got paid because we take $2 out of every person that we help with our program. So a student got $30,000 in scholarship money, $600,000 overall, bro. That news is crazy. What company is that? Who got $30,000? Hey, did you hear the news? Tell me that's not a good question, right? Did you hear the news? Our company's name, we just relaunched it. We're going to $1 billion. If you haven't heard it, let me be the first one to tell you about the news. The next 36 months, $1 billion. Imagine that. It's a great question, right? So that's another way to build it. So now when you're sending out, using these third-party tools, if it's the video, if it's the webinar, whatever the case is, the if I, would you question. Oh, man, it's such a good one. It's such a good one. Please write these down. Screenshot, computer screen, whatever you got to do. Just make sure you, this is coming straight from Eric Worre. This ain't Rob Santiago talking to you. It's Eric Worre, right? If I could show you, would you watch? Right? If I would give you this link, would you watch this information? If I could show you a way to make more money and have more time, would you be interested? So many different ways that you can push that. So now you said you're interested, right? You told me that. When can you see this for sure? Is the next question after that. What time? When are you seeing it for sure? Let me know for sure. I haven't sent it yet, by the way. Some of y'all send everything before y'all meet somebody. I'm trying to teach y'all something. I didn't send nothing to them yet. If I could send you this information that could change your life, would you watch it? And if you say yes, when will it be for sure that you're going to watch that? Oh, by tomorrow. Okay, perfect. So tomorrow, you're going to be seeing it for sure. By tomorrow. Seeing it for sure by tomorrow. Again, right on top of it. And what's the best time tomorrow to reach out to you so we can connect about it? I'm confirming times. I'm making you tell me. Don't be like, hey, are you available at 8 o'clock tonight for a webinar? How many excuses y'all think they're going to come up with? Especially when you do it like that. Hey, y'all got this webinar at 8 o'clock. And it's got a vice president. And we're talking about credit. It's going to be awesome. Are you available at 8? They're like, man, I can't. 8 o'clock is booked for me. What about 8 o'clock tomorrow? Or what about 9 o'clock the next day? Because some of y'all tell the whole schedule for the whole week. Monday, Wednesday, Friday. What about? And no, so you're not free at 9 o'clock on Monday through Friday at all? I thought you said you work days. Right? They hit you with all type of excuses. When is the best time to reach you? When do you have 15 minutes? Have them tell you, what day of the week are you free? You don't work on 7 days. Oh, you off on Sunday? Wow, that's crazy because we have a webinar on Sunday at 6 o'clock, the same time that you told me that you was free. Ain't that wild? God works in mysterious ways. So if I would show you a webinar that can help you fix your credit, Not even a webinar. I don't like to say that. But if I could show you something that can help you remove those negative items from your credit report and get you a house, would you be interested in seeing it? A lot of good info. Confirm the time, double confirm it, and when you're going to be able to have that conversation. And last but not least, guys, this is one of my favorite. I try to keep this by 11 o'clock. I'm a couple minutes over. This is one of the best ways that I start conversations with people. I love complimenting people in the most respectful way. You got to be respectful. Ladies, gentlemen, just be careful when you're coming into people's inboxes. Don't compliment crazy, right? But you have to come in here, and I love doing that. We always talk about adding new people, building a new audience, right? But how do you start having these conversations with people and building rapport? Man, look, from me looking at your page, you've been wildly successful, and I admire that. You've got an amazing mind for business, and I highly respect that. You're one of the most positive and energetic people I know. You're one of the smartest people I know, and I trust your judgment. Your advice means a lot to me. Would love your input on something. Your page is super sharp. This is one of my favorite ones. I don't know. Y'all should steal this one. Your page is super sharp. How long have you been in your industry? All of these comments, you complimenting this person. And what I like to teach my agents on is when they add new people, scan through their page, find something that you can have in common with that person. Find something that you can compliment. It could be their car, it could be their house, it could be the way they dress, it could be the way that they put their profile together. There's so many there. You're gonna find it. And I'm not just the first, second picture. Yo, take a quick 30 seconds and scroll through. You'll be surprised. That person probably got a lot of content, a lot of things. You can find something that you can get in common with that person. When I add realtors, car salesmen, professionals, that's what I say. I add them, they added me, cool. I don't hit them with a long script. I'm like, man, thank you so much for the ad. I looked at your page, which is true. I checked your page. I scanned through it, and it's amazing. I see that you're in real estate. I'm not going to ask you if you're in real estate if it says realtor on your page. I'm going to be like, man, I see that you're a realtor. How long have you been in the industry? You think they're not going to respond back to that? Oh, wow, thank you. Well, I've been a realtor for 20 years. Wow, that's incredible. I don't know nobody I know who've been in the same business for 20 years. You must be doing a lot of things right. Do you have a team? Are you a mentor? I love to ask because I love to meet business-like minded individuals. Man, you know what? Thank you so much for contacting me. I hope you have a blessed week. You and your team, thank you so much for everything that you do. Guess what? Now what I'm doing, I'm on their page. Now I like, comment, congratulations. Yo, another home sale. Good job, Chuck. Now they're like, man, this dude came in my inbox. He complimented me. He didn't sell me on nothing. Then he went onto my page and he's liking my pictures. He's commenting. Some of my own friends and family don't do that. They scroll right past me. But this dude is like, and now I'm looking at his page to see who the hell this guy is out of nowhere. And I'm looking at his page and it's super sharp too. Then I see, oh, wow, this guy deals with credit repair. Oh, he has a team. Oh, they do trainings. Oh, guess what? You just brought some credibility to yourself. Now is where you could go in and start asking for business. Now you can go and ask for partnerships. Now it's going to be like, hey, Chuck, I've seen that you've been doing great. What? Yo, when are you available for coffee? Let's get together. I say, I'm a big coffee drinker. I don't know about you, but what time next week we could get together and get some coffee? What time next week can we go catch something? I'm telling you guys, it's not hard. Complimenting, when it comes to inviting people, compliments, building conversations, edification, all of those things are super important when you're inviting to a webinar, to a third-party tool, right? Using your warm market. And I wanted to touch base with this one because I feel that this is important too. I need you guys to become a little more assertive with your hot market. So the people that know you personally, and it's a hot market, they listen to you, they trust you. I need you to be more assertive with these people. Like, look, you told me that you wanted an extra income, and you told me that your credit was shot. I need you to get on here. Be a little bit more assertive. It's okay. That's like family. People trust you. I come to my friends and family straight up. I'm like, bro, I know you got bad credit. You can't get away from me with that. I need you to watch this information because it's going to change you and your family's life. And I care about you enough that I need you to be on here. That's a hot mark. That's somebody that direct. Indirectly is like, oh, man, if you know somebody. No, the hot market, like you got to be direct with some of these people. And people need to be told what to do, right? They have that mindset. So you just got to go and tell them, look, I need you to do this. I need you to be on at this time. And don't let me down. Don't let me down. Be on at this time because you're gonna love what you hear. So I hope this was good info. I didn't just want to drop it there, but just due to time, I do want to make sure that we keep it short. But again, thank you guys. You know what I mean? Just inviting when it comes to this is strategic. Don't just go out there and just send somebody a script. Don't just go out there and just start vomiting out the mouth and showing the whole movie in advance, man. Just be a person who's out there, energetic, high passion, right? You're attracting people, right? You got to attract people. And by social media, if it's on a voice note, I'm very against the text messages, you know what I mean? Because I really don't feel that there's any value in text. I'm big on voice notes. I'm big on videos, right? You could do a video. Think about when the leaders do a video in the chat, right? The same thing. You could do that to clients. You could do that to potential agents. You could show them your surroundings. You could do all of that kind of stuff. Be creative. And then, of course, there's one that Eric Worre talks about saying, look, I needed 10 people at this call, and I already got 8. Guaranteed. I don't need you to sign up for nothing. I just need you to be one of the 2 that I need left to fill up my 10. Can you be one of the 2 to fill up my 10? Because I had a goal of 10 people. I just need you to be on the call and just listening. And if you got somebody with you, perfect. That's 2 in one shot. So if you got a wife, you got a husband, whoever, put them on the call with me too, and that'll help me out so much. That's another good one that Eric Worre gives us. Other than that, guys, look, I'm going to leave y'all with that. Let's run it. We got events every single day of the week. Webinar is an event. The training call is an event. Become a master connector. Become a master inviter, and you guys are going to see your business go to another level. Myra, thank you guys so much for your time. I'm going to give it back to you.
Thank you so much for that, Rob. I know you got a great deal of feedback in the chat. I as well took notes, but I appreciate you putting those twists and giving us those scenarios. There's so many ways that we connect with people every day, and we don't always take the full advantage that we can, especially when it comes to this business. And like, really, you killed it for me where you're saying a lot of people might actually get very excited about other things, but not excited so much about this business. So again, changing that mindset, I'm sure that, just woke up some people, gave them that food for thought. And again, thank you for all that you do team-wide. Now, before we end the night, I know it is, past our 11 o'clock, but we do have some additional information, just something of quality being brought to the table by one of our vice presidents. This gentleman has been a presenter, like Raysa was even celebrating him earlier, that has paved the way and created a great deal of success around him. Prior to this opportunity, he had already demonstrated by professional background, having served for our country in special forces, ultimately being willing to put his life on the line for our whole entire nation. But in this team and being a part of us, I thank him personally as being a mentor of mine. He's paved the way for so many individuals. And whenever he listens, I know there's a great deal of knowledge to receive and something I can always learn and implement quickly. So without any further delay, please focus your attention on this final segment for one of our vice presidents. He topped the charts, of course, which he does each and every single week, only proving to his level of success and accomplishment. Dr. Arnold Bogarty, our vice president, I see you on the screen. You can go ahead and take it away.
Hey, what's going on, guys? So real quick, I just want to go ahead and bring some value to you. I'm not really going to go into my story. There's quite a few over that know me already. But listen, first of all, we started out with 130 people on, 30 people left. All right, guys, see, what they say is your blessings typically come at the end of your journey. And so for those who hopped off, I don't know why they did. But listen, guys, we do this training once a week. Now, obviously, we have other trainings, but this is where you get your nuggets. This is where you get the value. I want you to look at and go through the numbers. You guys can go through like a grid view. I guarantee you're going to see every 6-figure earner in Xavier Morrell's organization still on. All right, you're going to see everybody that hit the top still on. The reason why you're going to see them still on is because we're just dedicated and we know what it is and what it means to be on trainings. But real quick, guys, and so this is something that, you know, I went over with my wife, and the Wealth Educators app. And so guys, get really familiar with this app. You know, we all talk about duplication. Duplication is key, all right? No one, Xavier, Raysa, myself, Rob, Bruno, you know, DJ, you know, Chris Barriner, none of us, all right, could build this by ourselves, all right? By ourselves, this is a job. When you duplicate, now you have a business. And so I'm going to share my screen really fast and show you guys exactly what I'm talking about. I talked to Xavier about this when we had our leadership meeting, and I really didn't know how valuable this was until my wife pointed it out to me. And, you know, I know Natalie, our vice president, has been talking about this Wealth Educators app for a while, but there's something specific in there that I want to show you guys. And if you guys put your agents, okay, if you put your people on this as soon as they get started, it's going to save you a lot of time, but also it's going to make them independent from you a lot sooner than later. And that's the whole goal, guys, is to get independent from your upline as soon as possible. And so, guys, let me know if you can go ahead and see my screen really quick. Should be able to see it, right?
Yes, it is. It's working.
All right, guys, here's my screen. This is the Wealth Educators app. All right, guys, and I'm going to go out and back up real quick, but this is where I want you guys to go. But, you know, all right, we'll just keep it here just for time's sake. So in the bottom right, it's going to tell you, it's going to be a button called Learn to Earn right there. In this Learn to Earn series, all right, it has everything you need to run this business, everything you need to run this business. All right, from marketing basics to begin your protection plan. Now, imagine if you went and you put all of your new people on here. This does the job for you. And at the end, it gives you little certificates that you've done. Make this assignments, okay, when your new agents get started. Show them exactly where this stuff is. Because, guys, listen, it's changed my business. As you guys know, I'm kind of, you know, in the middle of the pack, or, you know, for maybe a week or so, I'm at the top. But there's a reason why, you know, I've been at the top as far as client enrollments now the past 2 weeks, and also at almost the top of the company, because I went through, guys, and I listened to everything that our company has to offer in the protection plan. And so now when I hop on the phone, I can explain it a little better with confidence. And just those little tidbits that I learned by just going through these courses, guys. I've been in this company 3.5 years. All right, trainer for the company. Okay, but you know, you can't be too cool for school. You always have to be in a learning mindset. So I wanted to give everyone an assignment, guys, and this is, you know, I wanted to keep this under 5 minutes. Go through, all right? It took me 3 hours over the past couple of days to go ahead and do these courses. How many people on here are committed to go through and do these courses? Go ahead and drop a 1 in the chat if you are. Because I guarantee you guys, if you go through and it teaches you marketing basics, if you go out, agent overview series, okay, about UWE, getting started right, all right, agent to field trainer, everything you need to get better at this business, everything you need to succeed in this business is right here. And so if you start your new agents off right and tell them and give them assignment and say, hey, here's what I need you to do. Download the app. I need you to go through here and send me the certificates. Because when you get done, guys, you can go ahead and, well, it has less than complete for me, but you can go ahead and send that to your upline. Have them send it to you. All right, so now you know that they did it. Why? That's holding them accountable. Also, what's that doing is weeding out the people that you shouldn't work with, because not everybody deserves your time. I used to make that mistake when I first joined network marketing, guys. I used to work with the people that didn't deserve my time. And so what does Eric Ward say? He says, give assignments. And so when you give someone an assignment, something as simple as watch a video, if they don't do it, then maybe you shouldn't be working with them. Maybe you shouldn't be spending your time there, because all you're doing is educating them. And so I want to just point this out to you guys because it's been a great value to me. I put my wife on it and she enrolled 6 clients, guys, since she started watching this. Why? Because she has become more confident. Before, she just supported me, you know, watching the kids, hey, coming to the events. But when she went and watched these videos, she said, you know what? I can do this. I can do this. And then she just enrolled 6 clients, okay? Because she felt more confident in going through the services. So hopefully that was, that added just a little bit of value. I mean, we can go into this in depth. I know our vice president, Ms. Natalie Rodriguez, she's very, very good with that app, but I just wanted to hop on and let you guys know that, you know, it's out there. It's amazing. If you get your people on, it's going to add great value, but it's going to duplicate. It's going to give them confidence, and then watch your business blow up. Back to you, Myra.
Thank you so much. And even for the visual, but pointing that out, we have so many resources available, but to have those assignments and something you could quantify to go through, I think is amazing. I know I'm definitely going to reach back and follow up with my own agents. We had talked about it right after convention, and I know we got started, but if we're not checking back the status, then it stays there. But thank you definitely for closing that out. Team, listen, in wrapping it up, always stay connected to band. All of our leaders have mentioned it throughout the whole entire night. Tomorrow we have our 8 a.m. morning grind sessions. We have the 6 p.m. core rank weekly, Monday through Friday. We also have the new agent launch at 7 p.m. And again, a path to financial freedom at 9 p.m. So make sure you're plugging in. God bless you all. Have an amazing night. I'll see you on the next Zoom, and take care. Stay focused and stay winning. Have a good night, everyone.
Good night, good night, good night, guys.
Good night.
Good night.
Good night.
Everyone.